This Taurus new moon has us feeling pushed, pulled, or manipulated, driving us to be more decisive in pursuing our personal passions, projects, and other pursuits, and as we navigate away from conflict toward greater overall peace and stability. If you're excited to see what this new moon in the stubborn sign of the bull has in store for the collective, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell icon so that you can be the first to know when I produce new content and see what the cosmos may have in store for you. Thank you to all of my current subscribers, 756 of you so far, and warm welcome to all of my new subscribers. We are striving for our next milestone of 800 subscribers, and I thank you for all of your help on that journey. Thank you especially to those of you who tune in on a regular basis. If you're new here, hi, I'm Jenny Kern of J. Kernifer Astrology. I produce traditional Western astrology content, general predictive astrology videos for each new and full moon cycle. And I transform lives through astrology, tarot, personal training, nutritional coaching, and mobility coaching. Here on this channel, I use traditional Western astrology, traditional decans, degree astrology, and the symbolism behind the fixed stars, tying into your universal themes, symbolism, and the Greek mythology behind it all. If that sounds like something that interests you, and if you would like to work more with me, check that description box below to find out how to get in touch with me. For personal private readings, the only way to book an appointment or to have this conversation with me currently is by email, jkerniferastrology@gmail.com. I have some pricing information below in the description box and on my Facebook page. I do not correspond via direct messages on Instagram, Facebook, or any social media. Although I have a presence on there, this is a way I can protect all of you from scammers, from people potentially scamming you. I will never reach out to you soliciting services. We'll begin by discussing the Taurus new moon and her themes, and then we'll get more in depth and discuss the geometric patterns and aspects involved. The new moon in Taurus 2025 exacts on April 27th at 3:31 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at almost 7.5 degrees of Taurus, 7 degrees 47 arc minutes of Taurus, which falls within the first decan, the first 10 degrees, which is both ruled and subruled by Venus, planet of beauty, love, balance, and stability. Venus recently stationed direct 2 weeks ago under the full pink moon in the middle of April, bringing much needed closure, clarity, endings, and revelations to our closest one-to-one relationships, especially to any of those relationships that may be one-sided, imbalanced, or in other ways unhealthy or toxic. Before we dive into the Taurus new moon, let's briefly recap this previous lunation. Libra is the other Venus-ruled sign in addition to Taurus. Libra rules our interpersonal relationships. Venus was very strong here under the Libra full moon, not only due to its rulership, but due to its exaltation in the late degrees of Pisces. It's also strengthened due to its stationing direct just 1 hour after the full moon peaked. Whenever a planetary body stations retrograde or direct, its symbolism and energy is amplified. At the time of the full pink moon in the middle of April, Venus was also the most highly aspected planet in the chart of the full moon, further adding to her strength and influence. The mid-April Libra full moon pitted the sun in Aries against the full moon in Libra, activating the me versus we relationship axis. Aries being about me and Libra being about we. The sun represents our core consciousness, focused on Aries themes, while the moon represented our subconscious natures, focused on Libran themes. This is why full moons tend to be so revealing. They reflect the light of the sun back to us. The sun is exalted in Aries due to the sun's return to the ecliptic, initiating spring in the northern hemisphere. This is a symbolic rebirth after a period of DEATH, winter. This is why Easter is celebrated in the spring, on the first Sunday after the first full moon following the vernal aka spring equinox. It symbolizes the return of the king, risen from the DEAD, and our symbolic God consciousness. Just as Jesus is believed by the Christians to have risen from the DEAD, so too does the sun return to an exalted position in the sky, bringing life to Earth as we know it in the form of new plants and baby animals. Under this mid-April full pink moon in Libra, we had the sun on top of Chiron, asteroid of deep soul wounding, creating a spotlight of energy on our deepest soul wounds, pitted against the full Libra moon, So these deepest wounds around our self-sufficiency, our independence, these perceived abandonment and rejection wounds played out in our closest interpersonal relationships and continue to do so as we head into the energies of the Taurus New Moon and the mid-May full flower moon in Scorpio. With Venus still in a long-term conjunction to Saturn, one that began way back around January 19th and 20th with its first exact conjunction, it serves to test our relationships. If the relationship is weak, codependent, or imbalanced, with one party feeding off of the energy of the other, it will tend to fall apart, as Saturn brings reality checks. If the relationship is strong, Saturn brings the potential for long-term commitment. The presence of the North Node of Fate and Destiny brings a fated component to the energy, while Mercury's presence, featured in conjunction to this mid-April full moon, brings renewed clarity and revelation coming out of retrograde. A long overdue message, communication, or an apology brings closure as we plant seeds and start our next 13-year journey of Neptune through Aries. Venus ruled both lunations for the month of April, the mid-month full pink moon in Libra, 23 degrees Libra, and the April 27th new moon in Taurus, the topic of today's video. Libra is a cardinal air sign that is all about initiating interpersonally or socially through its charisma, beauty, and charm, while Taurus is a fixed earth sign that is all about establishing stability and balance through consistent rhythms of work, life, play, and pleasure. On April 19th, Taurus season began with the sun ingressing into the sign of the Bull, putting the cosmic spotlight on Taurus energy and Taurus themes. During Aries season, Aries being a cardinal fire sign, the sun emphasized new beginnings and taking initiative. But now that it's in Taurus, a fixed earth sign, we can see those new beginnings through to completion by applying consistent daily effort. Taurus, the sign of the Bull, is about establishing physical and financial security through consistent rhythms of balanced work, play, and rest. We plant the seeds, sow our crops, and then harvest the rewards of our efforts. Taurus is a sign that's all about enjoying the physical manifestations of our hard work, including the natural world, beauty, art, luxury, and pleasure, working only as hard as needed to indulge in all of life's splendor. New moons are about new beginnings, and as with any new moon, the sun and moon are together in the same part of the sky or universe, the sun representing our core consciousness and the moon representing our more subconscious, intuitive, and emotional natures. When they're aligned in the same part of the sky, in this case 7 degrees, 47 arc minutes of Taurus, it offers an alignment of those energies, the perfect energy under which to plant seeds of intention that will manifest not only in the next 6 months, but in the next 9 months. New moons are all about laying foundations, especially in fixed earth sign Taurus, the builder. Taurus new moon themes: stability and grounding. Taurus, as a fixed earth sign, is all about practicality and grounding through the beauty and wonders of the natural world. The new moon in Taurus encourages you to find and establish stability within your own life, especially concerning your finances, home, and closest relationships. Sense and sensibility. Taurus is one of the most practical, grounded, down-to-earth signs in the entire zodiac. You're encouraged to embody its energy not only now, but over the next 6 and 9 months as the year of chaos, we astrologers are calling 2025, continues to unfold. Pleasure and sensuality. Taurus is ruled by Venus, planet of love, beauty, and pleasure. The Taurus new moon, therefore, is a time to indulge in the pleasures of good food and good company. Appreciation and gratitude for home and family. Taurus is one of the biggest homebodies in the zodiac, next to Cancer, as it places a high value on physical security and physical comfort. You can think of the beaver spirit animal and spirit totem feverishly building its dam. Hardworking, family first, loyal, and tireless, the beaver reminds me of Taurus and Bull energy. The key to manifesting abundance is by first appreciating what you already have. Instead of focusing on lack or what could be, try coming from a place of gratitude and appreciating what you already have in your life, especially your family, your home, and the connections that bring us comfort and joy. Mark your calendars, because this Taurus new moon is a seeding event that culminates over the next 6 months and 9 months. The full moon in Taurus 2025, 6 months from now, occurs on November 5th, 2025 at 8:19 a.m., exacting 13 degrees 22 arc minutes of Taurus. It will also be revisited under a first quarter moon in Taurus in January 2026. This first quarter moon occurs 9 months from now on January 26th, 2026 10 degrees, 27 arc minutes of Taurus. 7 degrees, 47 arc minutes of Taurus falls within that first decan, the first 10 degrees of Taurus, which is both ruled and subruled by Venus. Strong, not only exalted in the late degrees of Pisces, but coming out of post-retrograde shadow. Venus is now 28 degrees Pisces, featured not only as the planetary ruling body for this Taurus new moon, but for all of the planets in that multi-planet stellium, or concentration of planetary bodies on the cusp of Pisces and Aries. The north node of collective fate and destiny, around 26 degrees Pisces. Saturn, now 27 degrees Pisces under the Taurus new moon. Venus, 28 degrees Pisces, and Neptune, 0 degrees Aries. The Taurus new moon is a supermoon, meaning that the moon is closest to the Earth in her orbit, intensifying her energy. This is further compounded when we consider that the moon is exalted in the sign of Taurus, amplifying Taurus themes like fertility and life on Earth. The Taurus new moon will be the closest super new moon of the year, implying that the seeds of intention we're planting in this Taurus life area and where you have Taurus in your chart have the potential to make a positive long-term impact. Supermoons have a stronger pull on our tides and the Earth's tectonic plates, which is why we may see heightened seismic activity. We may see literal and metaphoric eruptions with Mars opposite Pluto, especially with it crossing this powerful Taurus new moon, opposite Black Moon Lilith in Scorpio. Comment below, where do you have Taurus and Libra placements? These will be greatly affected by the Taurus new moon. Thank you for watching. If you're still with me, you're a real one. Drop your current most used emoji in the comments. If you took anything away from this video, we ask that you like, comment, share the content, and subscribe. If you enjoyed this video, we know that you'll enjoy the full playlist and this additional video. Thank you so much, love you, and see you soon.